It's dinner time, and tonight I'm going to make a ground beef and potato casserole. Well, hey everybody, I'm Bill with Live Simple, Live Free, and tonight we are going to cook a ground beef and potato casserole using all Thrive Life freeze-dried ingredients, except for 1 can of soup. And I'm cooking for the first time for you in the kitchen of our new house. So I have a little bit more room than we did in our tiny house, so that's kind of exciting, because in the tiny house we had this much counter space and that was it. Here I've got this, I've got that, I've got that. Anyway, it's exciting. So we're going to start just by simply refreshing 3 of the main freeze-dried ingredients. And it's really simple to do. We have the potato dices, the ground beef, and the cheddar cheese. And I already have them measured out. I have 1.5 cups in each one of these. And so now we're just going to refresh them. So here we have the diced potatoes, and you can see that it's already prepared for you. It's already been cleaned and diced. Here we have the ground beef. This is actually pre-cooked, so all you have to do is add water and you've got wonderful, juicy ground beef. And then this is the cheddar cheese. And once again, this is like hard and crunchy, and as soon as you put water, it turns back into regular, real, wonderful, delicious cheddar cheese. So like I said, I have 1.5 cups of each in here, and we're going to pour in 3/4 cup of cold water into the potatoes. And then we're going to pour 3/4 cup of warm water into the ground beef. And then we're going to pour 3/4 cup of cold water into the cheese. Now just let me stir these all up and make sure that the water gets thoroughly distributed and everything is wet so that it will refresh. Okay, so now I have the water on these 3 ingredients, and we're just going to let them sit and refresh for a while. Actually, the hamburger, the ground beef, is the one that will take the longest. That's why one reason we put warm water in there. It helps it refresh, rehydrate a little bit faster. This will take maybe 15 to 20 minutes. I'll come back and check it, and you don't want to continue until the hamburger especially is soft. Sometimes when it's not quite finished, it'll be like soft on the outside with a little hard knot in the middle that hasn't refreshed yet. So just make sure all of this is completely refreshed before you continue. Now, Thrive Life is really a wonderful way to cook, because as you can see, a lot of it is already done for me, already pre-diced and all that kind of stuff. So it can save a lot of time in the kitchen. It can sometimes cut your meal prep time in half. And the nutrition is outstanding. A lot of people, are concerned about, is it really nutritious? It really is. It's actually even more nutritious than the grocery store fresh produce. Honest. We made a video about the nutrition. If you're interested in that, I'll put a link right up here, and I'll put a link down below so you can learn about the nutrition of Thrive Life. Now, Thrive Life freeze-dried food in a can like this, before you open the can, this has a 25-year shelf life, which makes it great for long-term food storage. And then after you open the can, it has a 1-year shelf life, unrefrigerated. And that makes it really wonderful for daily cooking. In fact, Elizabeth and I use Thrive Life products in probably 60 to 70% of our daily cooking. We use it all the time, and we have been for years. Now these have been refreshing for a while. I'm just going to mix them up a little bit to make sure everything gets fully rehydrated. It's coming along. Now I'm going to make the sauce that goes on it. I'm using a can of cream of chicken. This is really the only thing that's not Thrive Life. But it's still a can, so you can still store it So you can still make this entire meal from your food storage if you want, if you have cans like this. Alright. Now we're going to use 1 tablespoon of Thrive chopped onions. Now Thrive has sliced onions, which are sliced into large, well, slices. But this is the chopped onions. As you can see, it's very small, not much larger than like a grain of rice. So we're going to put in 1 tablespoon of chopped onions. And then we're going to put in some garlic. 1 tablespoon of chopped garlic. You can use fresh garlic cloves and chop it if you want. I've got a jar of minced garlic here, which is fresh and already minced for me. And then we're going to use 2 tablespoons of sour cream. Now Thrive does have sour cream powder. If you have that, you can just put in a couple spoonfuls of the sour cream powder. But I'm using fresh sour cream here. 2 tablespoons. Okay. Now I'm going to whisk this all together. Okay, looking good. Okay, so everything is refreshed here, and you can tell because you can actually taste it. Like I said, the hamburger, all of the meat, all Thrive meat is pre-cooked before it's rehydrated. So this is cold, but you can try it, you can taste it, you can tell when it's refreshed. So now we're going to put it in the pan, get it ready to bake. The oven has been preheated to 350 degrees. So we're going to want to grease the pan, so I'm just pouring a little bit of oil in, spreading it around with a paper towel. And then we're going to want to layer these into the pan. Now, most of the water should have been absorbed, but there's probably still a little bit in the bottom. Just go ahead and drain off the excess water before you use it. So we're going to put 1/3 in the bottom, and then 1/3 of this. And then 1/3 of the soup mix. Spread it around. That doesn't spread very well. And then 1/3 of the cheese. Then we're going to do the same thing again. You want to do this 3 times. Another 1/3 of the potatoes. A 1/3 of the meat. And the sauce. Now as it cooks, this of course is going to get, the sauce here is going to get very soft and runny and spread out through the whole thing. And then another 1/3 of the cheese. Then I'm going to do it all one more time. Now it's pretty much ready to go. this is ready to go into the oven, and the recipe says to cover it with foil and to cover the underside with cooking spray before you put it on. I don't have any cooking spray, so I'm just going to smear a little bit of oil over it, I guess just to keep it from sticking to the cheese when it starts to melt, because the cheese will melt. So pretend this is cooking spray. So now I'm going to place this on a tray, and I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Okay, so this has now been in for 30 minutes. So what we want to do is pull it out and take the foil off of it, so that the cheese can brown up a little bit, and we'll leave it in there like that for an additional 5 minutes. Now this casserole is just the meat and potatoes, so I'm going to cook some veggies. These are peas, freeze-dried peas. This is very fast and easy. All you do is just pour some water in there, and it doesn't really matter how much, because you can drain off whatever's left. And turn that on, and that'll be ready in just a few minutes. Okay, so this has been 5 minutes. Actually, it's been just a little bit longer than 5 minutes. The cheese didn't brown up as much as I expected it to, but it looks really good. And the peas are ready. Basically all you have to do there is just bring them to a boil and they're ready to go. Let's eat. So here it is. It looks really good. It's ready to go. Ready to eat, Dad? Yeah. So Elizabeth is out this evening. So I cooked for my dad and wanted to try this new recipe. It looks like it's going to work well. This is supposed to serve 3 to 4 people. It's cheesy. And then some peas. There's some peas if you would like it.
Thank you, Bill.
Yep. This is really creamy and cheesy. First time I've tried this recipe. It's really good. I'm liking this. So, Dad, what do you think?
Very good.
That's all
Nice and fresh.
Yeah, that's all Thrive Life stuff. Even the peas.
Wow.
Yeah. So this recipe that I just made was found in this book. It's called Meals in Minutes, 100 plus recipes featuring Thrive Life freeze-dried foods. This was written by 3 Thrive Life consultants who are friends of ours, Jody Wise, Tracy Taylor, and Christina Riostorado. Now, they were actually, I didn't know about this book, and they actually went with us on our Thrive Life trip to the Bahamas. And while we were down there, Jody told me about the book, and I was really excited. So I bought the book right away, and just really good recipes in here. Now this is great. I mean, you can use all fresh food if you want, but it's really great for Thrive Life because that's what it was written for. So if you want some new ideas about meals that you can cook with your Thrive Life freeze-dried food, or if you're new to Thrive Life and you don't really know how to use it, this will tell you how to use it. It's got all the recipes, and it's got instructions for each one of how to refresh it and all of that. So, Meals in Minutes. If you're looking for a good cookbook for your Thrive Life food, this is the one. I will put a link below this video, and I will have this listed in our Amazon store. So follow the link to our Amazon store and you will find it there. And I'm sure you will enjoy it as we have. So thanks everybody for coming along. I hope you've enjoyed this cooking video. It really is an excellent recipe. If you're interested in finding out more about Thrive Food or purchasing some, we have the link down below for our Thrive Life website. And I'll also put some links there to some of our playlists of other Cooking with Thrive videos that we've done, and also some more general information about Thrive if you're interested. Once again, thanks for watching. Live simple, live free, be blessed. We'll see you next time.
Bonnie O'Doon says, "What's not to love? Efficient, has long-term storage possibilities, less loss in wasteful produce thrown out, no cutting veggies, easy to measure, healthy and processed at the peak of nutrition. Saves me going to the store where I overshop and overspend. Thrive Life gives me a whole month to adjust my order or to choose to skip the order completely. Perfect for an older viewer's routine." Rhubarb a la mode says, "I really like freeze-dried food, not because I'm afraid of doomsday, but because there's no waste. It's ready and available anytime I want, and whatever I want, as much as I want, or as little as I want. I can have fresh strawberries in the dead of winter and all fresh fruits and vegetables in or out of season. It lasts a long time and really cuts my grocery bill down in the long run. It's also fast and easy. I don't have to cut, chop, or defrost anything. There's no leaking and it's easy to store away. There are so many benefits to buying freeze-dried food."